Hey guys, welcome back to Eric Reacts with more of The Dragon Prince. This is Season 2, Episode 6. Heart of a Titan. So we basically know what's going to happen in this episode in terms of big plot points. They'll get the heart of the Magma Titan, and both Duran and Katalis survives the winter. Otherwise, why would Viren be bringing up this story to Anya? Sarai and Anya's parents will probably die at some point. Don't know if Sarai's death will be part of this flashback. Anya's parents' death won't be shown, most likely. So we know significant plot points, and yet I'm so excited for this episode because the show is so good at building up interesting plots and developing character bonds. I also just love seeing Sarai. She's just so cool. Is there any way she's not dead? Probably not, but I want to see her have more interactions with her sons. That'd be wonderful. I also want to see if we find out more about what motivates Viren. And I also want to see if Anya is persuaded into going to war with Zadia as well. I assume not, but I wonder what the point of this summit is and why it's important to the story, besides some world building, if they don't decide to go to war. We'll theoretically also get to see what Harrow had to say to Callum in the letter. They were a day away from arriving on land too, so hopefully they'll arrive this episode and we get closer to Zadia. So yeah, let's dive into this. If you want to check out the full reaction on Patreon, that'll be in the link in the description below. You can watch along with the footage there. And yeah, let's get started.
Over the years, there have been moments when I let there be a distance between us.
Why?
Because I'm your stepfather, I was trying to give you the space I thought you needed to love your real father. Now I wonder if I should have held you closer.
Oh.
I wonder if showing you how much I love you would have been
scared.
okay and would not have disrespected your relationship with him.
Aww.
But in my eyes and in my heart, you are my son. I see myself in you. I'm proud of you. And I love you unconditionally.
Aww.
What can I pass on to my sons in the short time I have left? In this letter, I will share with you a lie, a wish, and a secret.
What? That sounds so fascinating.
I am ready to hear more, Lord Viren. Though I know how this story ends, it warms my heart to hear about my parents. From someone who is there.
Oh, they're dead. They're dead. Oh. Just use the frickin' ballistas. He's gonna become a Ghost Rider. Oh, never mind. No!
Now what?
Push. Ooh. I think he just made it angry. Oh boy. I thought it'd be an exchange of blows and get back, get back, get back. I know she's gonna die, but I'm still like cheering for her not to. Well, there's there's its heart.
Do you think you can?
Yes, we can save them all.
Our people, they'll be fed.
Aww.
Amaya!
Well, we know she's okay, but... Well, she looks relaxed, so... guess it's okay. All right.
Wounded must be left behind. We can't afford to slow down.
What?
You don't need to whisper, Viren. I'm deaf. I'll stay with Amaya. We'll make it
Oh
home
no.
together.
Oh no.
Everyone else should take the heart back.
They agree. Time is of the essence.
No.
But Harrow, they just said...
We leave no one behind. We do not leave our wounded.
You wouldn't do this if it wasn't your wife's sister.
I've made my decision and it is final. Soon you will both face a lie. The great lie of history.
What is it?
Advisors and scholars will tell you that history is a narrative of strength. But this isn't true strength.
Sarai's
It's
spear?
merely power. I now believe true strength is found in vulnerability, in forgiveness,
That's nice.
in love. These moments of purest strength appear as weakness to those who don't know better. For a long time, I didn't know better. I ask you and your brother to reject history as a narrative of strength, and instead have faith that it can be a narrative of love.
Rayla? That's an unusual name, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, my human parents had an unusual
Human
taste
parents.
in names. Velas with a silent D.
Tis fair.
Tis fair.
The heat disappeared. There was a chill as a shadow covered the sun. But instead of relief, I felt a cold dread.
Thunder.
Thunder.
Life
Oh my god, he's got pooped on.
like a river.
Ew.
Oh, great. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Who are you, Rayla? What do you stand for? Once you know that, then wherever the river takes you, you'll be right where you were always meant to be.
This show is so
Phyllis?
good.
That's amazing. And I was sure you were going to spout some complete nonsense. But what you said,
He's about to
It's beautiful.
do it though. And narcolepsy. Aw, snuggle with the bird.
I'll tell him later.
Aw, I'll tell him later.
We'll never make it.
Someone's gonna have to give up their
We have
lives.
to hold off the dragon as long as possible so those carrying the heart can make it back.
stop. This is our day to sacrifice.
You get the Titan's heart to safety. Save all our people. Come on.
That's how they died? Is it for their daughter? It is. Viren, turn around to help. I don't know, man. Viren. Oh. Asperophrygis? Oh, run! All of you, run now!
For Anya!
No, run! What do you mean for Anya? Run!
Viren.
Without him to perform the spell, the heart is worthless, and this was all for nothing.
Oh.
Sarai,
They all died this day? That means Anya's been without her parents for 9
the
years?
last time I saw your mother, she said, I will see you on the other side. I don't know what lies on the other side, but I do know I will be watching over you and your brother. Always.
I was there when Queen Sarai took her last breath.
Is he a trustworthy narrator?
The spell worked. It created fertility and abundance. 100,000 lives were saved. The people of both of our kingdoms knew who they owed their lives to.
Yeah, the art style
These
looks very different.
Incredible heroes. 3 queens, 3 mothers, became legends.
Oh. Oh.
I have a selfish wish. And that is for you and Ezran to be free. Reject the chains of history. Do not let the past define your future as I did. Free yourself from the past. Learn from it, understand it, then let it go. Create a brighter future from your own hearts and imagination.
It may seem strange to miss someone I've never known, but I miss them so much. But I cannot repay a debt of 100,000 whose lives were saved by sending 1,000,000 men and women to die in violence.
Did you not listen? Did you not? King Alling.
I'm afraid we can no longer...
Coward! Traitors. Save your empty apology. There is danger coming. They'll be on your side of the border soon. You'll all pay the price for ignoring my warnings.
The secret is hidden in the Bantha Lodge, right where you are right now. How's that for planning?
Well, he got the cue.
Go upstairs to the game room.
The
there
cube.
I've hidden an unusual cube with rune symbols on each side.
He got it anyway.
It belonged to an elven wizard in Zadia, the Archmage Erebos, a master of all 6 primal sources.
What? What? Master of all
Hidden in a
6?
box of keys,
He's the Avatar.
because it is known as the Key of Erebos, and legends say it unlocks something of great power in Zadia.
Is that how he's gonna unlock
And one last extra
magic?
super secret bonus secret.
Super
Did you know
extra
that
secret
Bait,
bonus?
our most sour friend, secretly loves belly rubs?
Really? Aww.
Who's a tubby little grump?
Hey, what was that? A shadow.
What?
You're asking the wrong pirate.
There's something up there.
Dragons. Here we go, Sarai with her spear. Really, I can't believe Harrow let her go by herself. Not that he could have done anything, but still. But I also don't know that Viren is a trustworthy narrator. Something happened to him. He's different now than he was before, and I don't know whether or not to trust him about anything. And she didn't die on screen. They zoomed out before she took her final breaths. Oh, okay, it opened up. So yeah. So last episode, at the end, I saw this and closed up, and I didn't recognize what it was. I had to go back and watch it later to realize that it was what Anya was wearing. I forgot to mention it in my commentary, but yeah, I figured it out then after a second watch. Sorry, guys. And it opens up, and it has the ring that her parents left for her. And I really thought, I didn't realize that Anya didn't know her parents. I thought she did, and that's how she grew up to be such a strong young woman. But somehow she's got some good people looking after her back at home, back in Durin. Yes, this is starting to get interesting again. I knew this had to be important somehow, and right now I think it's very interesting because Aravos is this. In case you guys don't know, I don't think they've actually mentioned the name of the guy on screen. Aravos is the elf that has been showing, that was in Viren's mirror. So this belongs to him. Aravos is Key, and he is the master of all elements. He's the Avatar, essentially. And I'm wondering if these keys can unlock magic in humans. That's my guess for now. Maybe I'll change my mind by the time I finish editing this episode, but we'll see. Okay, this is Sarai's spear. I don't think I recognize this thing right here. This is the thing that Viren used to track down the molten giant, titan rather. But I'm not sure what this is. I'll have to pay a little more attention when I'm editing. Aww, he knows that Bait likes belly rubs. Why would he keep that from them for so long? I guess because he wanted to have a special connection with Bait. Oh, that's so cute. Look at Bait is ugly cute. Like Grumpy Cat. And the tongue is yeah. Look at that heart, little heart. Oh, more dreams, and now even Zim is eating the taffy hippo. Alright, before I get into the episode, I wanted to address people sending mean-spirited comments. It's par for the course for YouTube, and I've gotten used to them over the last few months. But I choose to read comments because I love interacting with new people, and the majority of comments are supportive and excited about whatever it is I'm watching, and I'm not here for the other stuff, so any of those bad, mean comments I'm going to delete. And yeah, I've said this in my Game of Thrones reactions. I have a low tolerance for meanness or insensitivity, so repeat offenders will be banned from commenting on my channel at all. So you've been warned. I place a high value on compassion and being kind, so your first instinct when watching someone who is just trying to make something entertaining for people on the internet is to make mean comments. Go to therapy and learn some skills so you can better channel your energy. That's gonna get me a lot more flack than I got before. But back to the episode. Like I said during the credits, I made a fallacious assumption. I thought Anya grew to be the young woman she was because of how her two parents raised her, but they didn't actually get to raise her. So yeah, it's probably a bunch of other people who were her support system that helped her get to where she is now. I'm holding out hope that her parents or Sarai are somehow still alive, but they would have come home if they were. Between watching this episode and editing it, I watched an episode of Game of Thrones that introduced Lyanna Mormont. For those of you who watch both these shows, Anya feels super inspired by Lyanna to me. What do you guys think? Kid leaders who are way stronger than you can imagine anyone their age being. But yeah, Viren continues to tell the story of Anya's parents, which is so hard to watch, knowing what's about to happen and still wishing for it not to happen. Wishing for the story to go some other way. They take down the Titan, but the injured slow them down. Viren, he's really full of surprises. Like, he wanted to leave the injured behind, even going so far as to question Harrow's motivation in helping the injured, saying it was because of Amaya was his sister-in-law. But then, when Anya's parents were fighting Thunder, he risks his life to go back for them. It's hard to figure him out. Unfortunately, going back meant Sarai had to go back to risk her life for him, because Viren is the one who needs to cast the spell in the first place. I'm afraid to say it, but it seems like Sarai probably died because of Viren. Like, it was directly his actions that caused it. I mean, he wanted to help, I get it, but it was just a poor choice of strategy to risk everything to save Anya's parents. They could have sent somebody else who didn't mean everything, who wasn't crucial to their mission of saving 100,000 people. But his magic was super powerful, though. Aspero Frigus and that Primal Stone that's now broken, we saw another use for it. We only saw Aspero and Fulminus. So it was very cool, no pun intended. I wish they had all run after he used that spell, though, but Anya's parents die when Thunder Ghost gets free. And then Sarai comes back. She loses her life to save Viren. Like, all of this is told from Viren's perspective, so I don't know that we can trust him, but I feel like they did die. And I also don't understand Viren. Like, how can you serve your king so loyally and owe the queen your life and still want to kill their sons? It's possible there's another lie in there that's not there's another lie in there, yeah. Anya makes the decision not to help Viren, and so everyone else backs off too. And Viren absolutely loses it. He's never had to truly be subservient to any king or queen, and you can tell he's never been really punished for going too far. Like, a lot of other kingdoms would have killed him for speaking to kings and queens the way he does, getting in the face of Alin like that. I still don't know how right he is about the Zadian threat. Like, there are extremely strong biases on both sides that could lead to all-out war sooner rather than later. And I guess that's what I think the show is going to be about in the seasons to come, just stopping the wars to come. But I don't know. Also, this show is teaching so many of the right lessons. Velas with a D, what he said, you can't control where the river flows. You can only focus on and control yourself. If you know who you really are and what you stand for, it doesn't matter where the river takes you, you'll be right where you were always meant to be. How many little kids are listening to this and fully understand it, and then, like, how many people is this going to positively impact? I'm wondering, like, how many kids? And it's great. I love it. Also, Callum finally reads the letter Harrow wrote for him, and there are more lessons in there. But Harrow's letter is really funny. It's, like, super dramatic. I will share with you a lie, a wish, and a secret. He's, like, slowly building intrigue within the letter. But first, he tells Callum how he distanced himself from Callum. I get not wanting to step on the toes of the biological father and trying not to take his place. And it's just such a shame. Like, an adoptive or step parent doesn't necessarily have to be less involved. A hands-off approach just isn't helpful in this case, especially since Callum was without both biological parents. I feel like it's a case where Harrow tried to avoid something and then wound up doing something worse. Like that letter, while it was touching, like how happy would Callum have been to receive that love from Harrow all along? I mean, Callum had Ezran, but Harrow was his only other family. Like he must have felt so alone for so long. But first, the lie is that history is a narrative of strength and power. It makes sense because the people writing this history are the winners, and they want to show themselves as powerful and strong. But true strength lies in vulnerability, and I've been saying this. I don't know at what point I learned this for myself. It was many years ago, but I was just like, once I made that realization, it's like it changes your outlook on everything. And yeah, being willing to lower yourself so that you can lift other people up. It's an incredible lesson for younger people watching this show. I imagine it's a hard concept to wrap your head around, but even for adults, it's not just kids and adults, but like Harrow wants his sons to write a history not of strength but of love, and I'd say the boys are doing pretty well at that so far. Like Harrow would be proud. And then Harrow's wish was for his sons to be free, reject the chains of history, don't let the past define your future as he did. I think that's referring specifically to going back for revenge against Thunder. But yeah, my God, like these are going to be really big life lessons that adults haven't absorbed yet. But yeah, it honestly makes me want to cry how just imagining kids watching this and taking in these lessons, that would be incredible. And then the secret, all along it was hidden in the Banther Lodge. Like Callum looks so sad for a second, but then it turns out his instincts were right to go back for the cube. I can't wait for him to share that information with everybody else, because Rayla was really mad that they went back for the cube. But it turns out it belongs to Aravos, and it's been passed down for generations. Yet Aravos is still alive, so he's been alive for a lot of human generations, and communicating with Viren through the mirror. And it turns out he's the master of all 6 elements. One day, Aravos will save the world. Most of you probably get that reference, but yeah, I think it's really interesting. It sounds like that box might be the key for Callum to learn magic, primal magic, the key, no pun intended. And then there's one last extra super secret bonus secret. Bait loves belly rubs. It's too cute. Another great episode, guys. I feel like Viren is going back to Aravos to talk to him since he couldn't get anything out of the kings and queens. He might look for a different solution. Though it's kind of odd that he would go along with an elf when all he wants to do is destroy them. I feel like Callum, Rayla, and Ezran have been on that ship forever. It's been like since the middle of episode 4. And Rayla must have thrown up everything she has by now. I'm getting sick just thinking about it. But, as always, if you want to check out the next episode, or you want to watch the full episode reaction with the footage for this episode and the next, I've already posted them both over on Patreon in the link in the description below, or over here. Be sure to like, comment, share, all that good stuff, and subscribe so you can check out next week's episode, Friday at 8 a.m. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.